throwback to the earlier times at the beach, back when Dean Martin once sang at the swimming pool. A gift shop, a Friends of the Beach program. Dormont Pool in Pittsburgh runs with Friends of the Beach. They do fundraising efforts to keep up with repairs and what needs done, and other recreational activities throughout the year. I think Ligonier Beach can be the destination it once was and attract visitors to our area who will also frequent restaurants and shops. And as part of those other recreational activities, year-round, and other stuff for our kids to do, and maybe even some of us older kids. This past summer, I did propose a nonprofit solution at the Township Parks and Recreation meeting, and there was concern it could not receive funds for operating costs if it did not make enough to cover expenses. So I had a discussion with my boss, who's an enrolled agent with the IRS, to see what, if anything, could threaten the tax-exempt status of a nonprofit. And from the IRS page titled Life Cycle of a Private Foundation, only two things can really jeopardize that status. That is, if it operates for the personal benefit of individuals such as its founder, shareholders, etc., or it participates in political activities such as campaigning or lobbying. Otherwise, as long as the organization acts for the purpose laid out in its bylaws, there's basically no restrictions on what it can do. There are certainly no rules that require it to make a profit or to accept funds only for certain purposes. I myself, I'm on the board of directors at a local nonprofit, and I see how some of these things work to keep that, the museum going. I hope this information helps show that there are solutions to bring this pool up to current standards, and I really hope we can work together to make it happen. And I do represent a core group of season pass holders that are willing to spend their time to help us achieve that goal. So on a more personal note, I want to clear up some of the misinformation regarding the pool, one of them being the 2017 swim season. I was recently told that Ligonier Beach was leaking so bad that season that they cut the season short, that they closed the pool early. That's just not true. The last week of August, the temperatures dropped and the pool was closed midweek for a few days. The water temperature went down and there was quite a bit of rain. When they reopened, I went Saturday, there was hardly anybody there, and I really wanted to get in, and I was coaxed in, and that is the coldest water I have ever been in my life. It hurt my face. I tried to swim to the fountain. I couldn't get very far. I consider that my polar bear swim. By Monday of Labor Day, the water temperature warmed up, and there was a good crowd and lots of swimmers for the last day of summer. So it did stay open for the whole season. You know, certainly there are years where you have a little bit of rain and we don't have as many people coming, but the weekends are usually bringing in big crowds. And as far as going back to that Monday of Labor Day, it was open. I was the last person out of that pool at 7 p.m. If I had been told on that day that pool would not open in 2018, Chief John Berger would have had to come down to that beach and drag me out in handcuffs, or they'd had to pull the drain plug. And I think my fellow swim friends would have been right there with me. So, John, you had your hands full. We had no idea that we would not reopen that next year. I do not want the honor of being the last paying customer to swim at Ligonier Beach. I want the honor of being the first to jump back in and when it reopens and swim my mile. My hope is that many other children can learn to swim in that beautiful pool and cherish those memories for a lifetime as I have. So I want to see how many season pass holders we have here today. If you can stand up. How many of you would be willing to buy another pass right now if they were available? You know, how many of you would volunteer to help us do whatever we could to get this pool going? That means if we're sitting at the desk taking money and welcoming people into the pool. This history is important. We need to preserve this history. We need a place to swim. And it's not just for the kids. Because, as you notice, a lot of these people here have been going to that pool for many seasons, and we're still going, and really, we have been heartbroken over this. So thank you for listening. I hope we can work together and look at options to get this pool back up and going.
Thank you very much. I think we have one more presenter. That would be the clerk.
While we get set up for that,